Now, the OSI model is really the most widely used model that we have today, but there is an alternative called the TCP/IP model. Now, don't get this confused with the TCP/IP protocol suite, which is the actual set of protocols. This is a model, just like the OSI model. The idea of it was that the OSI model was developed prior to the internet, prior to the TCP/IP protocol suite. And some of the layers in the OSI model never did really map very well to some of the protocols in the TCP/IP protocol stack. So we decided that we would create a TCP/IP model that would more closely map. And so this is what it looks like in comparison with the OSI model. The application, the presentation, and the session layers in the OSI model are simply called the application layer in the TCP/IP model. Now, the reason for this is that as networking professionals, we really don't care that much about the presentation and the session layer. That's all taken care of by the software, and we don't really do anything with it with our devices, with our routers and switches and so forth at the networking level. And so we just call them the application layer protocols and leave it at that. Now, the transport layer is the same. The network layer we now call the internetwork layer. That's in order to emphasize the idea that at this layer things cross over routers, and when you cross a router, you cross from one network to another network. So that's an internetwork. So in order to emphasize that, we call it the internetwork layer. And then the data link and physical layers are combined into what we call the network access layer. Sometimes in some references you'll see it as the network interface layer, but both terms are valid terms. We'll call it the network access layer here in this class. And so the layer 2 stuff, in other words switches, will all be combined sort of along with hubs and wires and so forth, and we'll just call the whole thing the network access layer.